Hello everyone, welcome back to Chlorinated Thoughts. Today I want to tell you guys about how Jay Shetty changed my fear of being seen. I'm going to be talking about the On Purpose live show that I went to actually last night.
To come here tonight. Has anyone traveled for 2 hours? 4 hours? 6 hours?
The Jay Shetty live show in Phoenix. I went alone. I feel like I was surrounded by a lot of like-minded individuals, so I did not feel specifically very lonely. The demographic of the people when I first entered the venue, I feel like was a little older than my age. I'm literally sitting here alone. There's no one really here yet, but I feel like my view is pretty good. I'm happy about it. There's a first for everything. Hopefully it's gonna be a fun time. Basically in the back row on the side, which was really good because no one sat next to me, so I kind of had two seats to myself. The venue was pretty packed. I wouldn't say it was completely sold out, but 90% filled up. When Jay Shetty came out, we started with this stand up if you blah 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 exercise.
In the house. Okay, so listen really carefully.
He asked us 3 questions. The first question was, stand up if you've ever been concerned about what people have thought of you. Obviously, everyone stood up because that's such a normal thing. The second question was, stay standing if you have ever been concerned about what other people have thought of you. Most people stayed standing, including me. If you guys are new to the channel and haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and also liked the video. The third question was, stay standing if what you think of others is still holding you back to this day. Now, I sat down because I genuinely think what I'm doing right now is something that is very uncomfortable for me. I do think about what others think of me when I do this. And despite that feeling of uncomfortability, I still do it. So I don't think the thought of what other people think is holding me back anymore. So I sat down. I feel like most people sat down. Some of the stories people were saying, I was like, oh my God, kind of made me tear up a little bit. Imagine the things these people have already missed out on because they were scared of what other people thought of them. This is the reason that I try to let go of that fear of what other people will think of me, because I know I will regret not doing it at the end of the day. So then someone got brought out to the stage. She got these noise cancelling headphones. She was telling her own story, why she feels like people judge her and why she doesn't feel worthy of her hopes and dreams. And that was pretty relatable. She said she doesn't feel like she's enough and all of these things. Jay Shetty went out to the crowd again. When she had these noise cancelling headphones on, Jay Shetty went out to the crowd and asked a bunch of people to write down adjectives to describe the woman. What was their first impression? Everybody said she was brave, she was courageous, she was inspiring. After Jay Shetty went back and she took her headphones off, he made her read these describing words that these random strangers wrote about her. Automatically, we just assume that what people think of us might be negative. But at the end of the day, we're not sure about that. Someone might be thinking, wow, this person is doing TikToks, how brave of them for being able to put themselves out there, kind of put me the wrong way, because when he was talking about the people that stayed standing for the last question, the people that stayed standing are brave enough to admit other people's opinions are still holding them back. But I'm like, what do you mean they're brave enough? So we're not brave enough? We believe that other people's opinions are not holding us back anymore. Why are you saying that they were brave enough when we were also brave enough to already let that go? It kind of felt like he wasn't really acknowledging the people that sat down, the people that have maybe already faced being brave enough to disregard other people's opinions. I wasn't a coward for sitting down just because I believe that I've let go of other people's opinions of me. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't really love that approach. I have been posting on TikTok very frequently. If you would like to follow my TikTok, it is Chlorinated Thoughts. After that, he kind of put a lot of things into perspective, said a lot of quotable sentences that I wanted to share with you guys. So, how you see yourself is not what you think of yourself. It is not what other people think of you. How you see yourself is what you think other people think of you. Your perception of yourself is basically how you think other people see you. what I'm doing is embarrassing because other people are probably going to think what I'm doing is embarrassing. So therefore, I'm embarrassing. That's usually the thought pattern. It is important to kind of acknowledge that. Don't just assume that is what people think of you, because at the end of the day, you will never know. Then he talked about the spotlight effect. Everyone is the main character of their own life. So for me, the world revolves around me. For you, the world revolves around you. We can only go off of what we have experienced for ourselves. A lot of people may overthink. When we do something embarrassing, decide to do something, we think that the whole world is watching us. The whole world is just looking at us being like,
Oh my God, they did that. Oh my God, they did that.
meanwhile, everyone you think is looking at you is really thinking the same thing about themselves. Like,
Wow, everyone's gonna look at me.
the other person to your right,
Wow, this person's looking at me.
and the person to your left is also thinking,
Wow, this person thinks I'm stupid.
walking around knowing you are the main character, but also realizing that everyone around you is their own main character in their own lives. After that, we went on to talk about exposure therapy. You have the freedom to wake up every day, look in the mirror, and decide what you will be that day.
Today, I'm going to be relaxed.
And I proceeded to do things that will make me a relaxed person. This gives you the power to control your narrative. You're putting yourself out there, which is so important. That is literally the first step into any dream, anything that you want to accomplish. The next thing that is part of exposure therapy is wearing things that is uncomfortable to you. If you're used to wearing black and white every day, tomorrow wear red shoes. Wear a blue hat. Something that will make you feel uncomfortable, something that will make you feel seen. Things like this are the actionable steps. This can be applied to anything you want to do in your life, and this just gives everyone the courage to do whatever they want with their life. We had a little break. And then we came back, and Dr. Ramani, she's basically a relationship psychologist, a relationship therapist. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of boring to me. She said some very insightful things about relationships, but by the end of it, she kind of got someone on stage, a stranger, and it was basically this therapy session for 20 minutes about this woman. And that is where I kind of was like,
Okay, let me go to the bathroom.
it wasn't something that was applicable to everyone. It just kind of seemed like I was listening in on a therapy session. So that was kind of the part where I wasn't really interested in. The last thing I want to talk about is the guided meditation that Jay guided us through to close out the show. He basically started off with close your eyes, everything that you need to do to get into the Zen state. And he told us to imagine our most difficult day that we've ever experienced. Use one word to describe how that day felt to you. My description of my worst day was hopeless. Now, let's think of your best possible day you've ever had. You think of it, you feel all the good feelings of this good day, and then you describe that day as well. So my word for that day was magical. You see these 2 days and you see how you describe these 2 days. He wants to show you that the pain that you feel, can be put into purpose. So your worst day can be used to create your best day. Word that you used, hopeless, for example, for me, can turn into something magical one day when you experience your best day ever. And he was like, take these 2 words and put them in your room. Remind yourself that pain can be put into purpose. It really gives you this purpose to why these bad days happen to you. And it gives you a purpose as to why these good days happen to you as well. So I thought that was really powerful, and I really liked that message. And I hope you also like that message. That was my Jay Shetty On Purpose live show experience. And I would love to do more. Like, if the Diary of a CEO did a live show, I would definitely go. Like, I don't know. I think it's so fun. I also would love to go to the Tanamojo cancelled live show. Oh my god. I've always wanted to go to that, but that's such a different like aesthetic. But I would still love to do that. So I look forward to doing more of these in the future. If you guys liked these little recaps, I also wanted to do the recap for you guys. So the knowledge that I gained can also be passed on to you guys. Spread this message of mindfulness, to spread this message of hope and purpose. So I hope you guys also learned something from this. If you guys try out this kind of guided meditation that I told you guys about, comment the description of your worst day and comment the description of your best day, because I'm curious what adjectives you use to describe the 2 days. But yeah, that will be the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something just like I did last night. Make sure you subscribe and like the video if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!